Hey guys, welcome to this video, welcome to my page. My name is Florence Achama Ukpabi, courage and confidence coach for women of faith who are tired of allowing fear, self-doubt and limiting beliefs stop them from creating and living a soul-aligned, on purpose and full life. So it's my joy, pleasure and privilege to help those women overcome those things so that they can live the life that God has created and intended them to live. And just in case you are new to me, you can find me over on my website www.faithhealthpotential.com. That's faithhealthpotential.com, where you can also subscribe to my newsletter and email list. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that at the end of this video, so please stick around. Okay, so today's topic is about one thing that really separates people who do and who are and who have from those who don't, who aren't and who haven't. Now, if you've ever looked at people and thought, oh my gosh, why is it that they are experiencing breakthroughs, or why is it that their life has transformed so miraculously or so massively? And you're looking at yourself and thinking, what's up? Then hopefully this will illuminate some things for you. So the one thing that divides those who do from those who don't is risk taking. From a Christian perspective, I think that we have a way of looking at risk. In a sense, we are risk adverse. But actually, if we look at the life of Jesus, if we look at the life of Yeshua, he was taking risks in the true sense of the word. He was putting himself in situations where he was vulnerable, situations where he could and was attacked, situations that were potentially dangerous for him. So I want to talk a little bit about the importance or the value of being able and willing to take risks. This is something that I've been hearing from God about and speaking to God about for the last few weeks. And when I was at church yesterday, there were some missionaries that came, and one of them, well, they all shared about the work that they were doing. And when we think about missionaries, the work that they do is so amazing. But in order to go out, they have had to take a risk. They have had to step out and take a risk. Nothing big ever comes out from playing scared or playing small. But I'm jumping ahead of myself. There was one missionary in particular, and she said something which really touched me and which has also encouraged me to share this message with you today. It was a message that I was going to share anyway, but the word from church was just confirmation, and I just felt that I needed to share this message first and foremost. So in order to get anywhere in life and in order to do big things for God, we need to be willing to take risks. So those who do and those who don't, those who are and those who aren't, the big divider is their ability and willingness to take risks. If we were to look at the word risk in the dictionary, it basically means danger. And I've kind of touched upon this already when I spoke about how Yeshua, Jesus, put himself in dangerous situations. But when we talk about risk taking, we're not talking about simply putting yourself in danger. We're talking about this awareness that on the journey to the other side, you may be in a position of vulnerability. You may be in a position of quote unquote danger, but it's only a possibility. And also, it's part and parcel. There's an awareness and understanding that it's a part and parcel of achieving a bigger goal. If we were to say to ourselves, I'm not going to do this because there's potential of risk, there's a potential of danger, then it automatically blocks us from achieving that bigger goal. So there has to be a willingness to be able to step into a place of risk, to be able to embrace uncertainty, to be able to leave comfort behind. Again, I'm jumping ahead of myself, but just laying the groundwork here. Okay, so a couple of examples. Somebody in my circle, quite close to me, has 5x'd their monthly wage from, let's say, around £2,000 a month. Now they're earning £10,000 a month. Really in a really short time frame. How did that happen? She put herself in a situation where, yes, there was risk, not in the illegal way, but she put herself out of her comfort zone. She stepped out of her safety area, and she took an opportunity that was available to her, which was risky because she was stepping up into a role that she had never been in before. But she had belief that she would be able to fulfill that role, even if she didn't know everything, that she would learn on the way. But obviously there's risks and dangers that come with that because you're vulnerable. She might have ended up finding out that actually it was a lot more. She bit off more than she could chew, but she didn't allow that to stop her. She took that step, and we call it risk, but actually it's a step in faith, and it's a step of belief. Something else I want to come back to in a moment, but I just want to put that out there. So that's just one example of somebody really close to me in my circle, and I have personally witnessed this, and I'm sharing it with you because it's a big leap. It's a big step. Another example, I have an online mentor, and he shares his story a lot. He talks about how he went from being a forklift driver to a multi-millionaire who now teaches lots of people within the personal development industry how to make money. When they've hit a plateau with their money-making activities, he helps them to break through that and continue making more money. But his story is an amazing one because he went from a forklift driver to this guy who helps people make more money. How comes? Why? Again, the difference here is that he was willing to take risks. He was willing to take that quantum leap from being the person who is a forklift driver and saying, I can see myself as more than this. I can see this goal over here, which is big, bold, scary, whatever it is, whatever label you want to give to it. But you know what? I'm going to step into this space anyway. I'm going to take the risk. I know that this is a vulnerable position for me to be in. I know that there's danger here. I might notice some things about myself that I don't like. I might get afraid in the process, but you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. So they had to be willing to take risks. So when we think about the opposite of risk has to be safety, because a risk is danger. Safety is the opposite of risk. So this comes back to the reason why many people are risk averse. It's the sense of, this is my safety area. This is my catchment area. And in this space where I operate on a day-to-day basis, I am safe. I don't expose myself to more than what I'm able to handle. I know my boundaries, I know my capabilities, and in here, I know that I can operate in relative safety and comfort. But the issue is that when we are playing it safe, we are limiting ourselves from achieving that big, bold, scary goal that God has placed inside of our hearts, or which we desire to see manifested in our lives. So if we think about it, and one of the things that really touches me when we think about when we think about the word comfort zone, it's really a sphere of safety, a sphere of comfort. So just a couple of things. When I looked at the word sphere, other things that come to mind are realm, domain, territory, zone. So our comfort zone becomes our own mini kingdom. It becomes our domain where we live and where we feel that we can rule over this space and be okay. But there is so much more outside of that comfort zone, outside of the safety kingdom that we've created for ourselves. What keeps us here, as I mentioned before, it's fear. It's fear and a desire to just be comfortable, not rock the boat, not discover some things about ourselves that we don't want to have to deal with. So how do we get out of this then? So one thing is to ask yourself, what do you really want? What is it that you really want? Do you really want to stay in your safety kingdom? Do you really want to stay in your realm of comfort? Or do you want to experience those quantum leaps? Do you want to experience those goals and see them manifested in your life? If you do, then you need to know that you can't experience those things within the space of your safety kingdom. I think I'm going to use the word safety kingdom from now on, because I think that it's a nice alternative to comfort zone. So you're in your safety kingdom and it feels all nice and safe and you rule that space, but it's not helping you. It's not helping you to go out into the world, which is the Great Commission that Jesus, Yeshua, gave to us. Go out into the world, not stay in your safety kingdom. So, I'm just checking my notes here just to make sure that I don't miss out on anything else. So I mentioned faith and belief, and hopefully you can see that in order to step out of this space, this realm that you are in, it takes belief. It takes belief in your own capacity. And belief is different to faith. It takes belief in your own capacity, belief in yourself, and it takes faith in the possibility of this thing coming to pass. Faith in what God is able to do. The very idea of risk tells you that there is an element of faith. Otherwise, why would somebody want to take a risk? In order to take a risk, you need to have faith. You need to have belief. So this is evidence. And this is really what separates and distinguishes those people who can and those who don't, who can't or don't. And to go back to the missionary that I spoke about right at the beginning of this video. So she was talking about going from ordinary to extraordinary. And one of the things that she touched upon was the importance of going out and doing things, even if you fail in the process, even if you get it wrong, because God desires to use people. He's already done the coming down, but it's our role to bring his kingdom down, our role to go out into the world. And if we're stuck in our safety kingdom, it's not going to happen. In order to bring the extraordinary, which is God's kingdom, to earth, we need to be willing to step out of our ordinary, of our modus operandi. We need to be willing to take risks, be bold, step out in faith, be courageous. So, there was a quote that the missionary shared with me that I want to share with you. I think it's a lovely quote that sums up a lot of what I've said today. So it's from somebody called William Carey, I believe. It says, expect great things from God. Attempt great things for God. So simple, yet so powerful. And this is the crux of faith and belief. Expect great things from God. That's the faith element. Believe that it's possible. Attempt great things for God. You need to be willing to take that step out and step into that place of unsafety, that place of potential risk and danger. And we can only do that when we believe that God has put it inside of us and that we are able and capable and we have God on our side. So that's what I really wanted to share with you guys today, and I really hope that this message has blessed you. If it has, please let me know, leave a comment. And as I mentioned earlier on, if you have enjoyed this video and you want more content like this, then I do suggest and invite you to go over to my website, www.faithhealthpotential.com. You've got my blog post there, but you can also subscribe to my email list where you will receive a 12-part email series designed to help you start to overcome limiting beliefs. But I also want to invite those of you who are ready to take action to come on a Confidence Kickstart session with me. Now, in this session, I'm going to go over with you, we're going to get clear on what's potentially keeping you stuck, and also 3 personalized strategies for helping you move out of that place of stuckness, out of your safety kingdom, so that you're able to step out and do the work that God has placed on your heart and live that full life that he has given you to live. Now, the Confidence Kickstarter session is usually £127, but I am happy to do this at a complimentary price, so no price, for women who are serious about taking the next steps in their life and who are ready to receive support. So if that's you, then please click on the link below this video and you'll be redirected to the page where you can schedule your Confidence Kickstarter session with me. That's it for today. Take care and God bless.